Hi guys, it's been a minute, but today I'm talking about relationships and what we get wrong about relationships. No two relationships are the same, and reality is that a relationship is based on the ideas or the narratives or the experiences that you've had with yourself and what really drives those ideas or experiences to make you seek for a relationship based on what you think is appropriate, what the society feeds you with, and the fantasies and illusions that you birth from the idea of what the relationship should look like. Take, for example, you have gone through a relationship growing up that's not loving, and in the process of you going through that experience, you have a void, and the void continues to drive fantasies and illusions that you focus on. And as you watch things around you, maybe you're watching a couple, you're watching your friends in relationships, that fantasy continues to be the energy that drives you to seek for something similar without really looking within at the void that you have. And because you already have a longing, a craving, a need to feed your soul with the fantasies, that drives you into the arms of the wrong partner. And so take that example and look at where you are with yourself if you're single or if you're in a relationship and you experience some of these things in your relationship. You start fighting each other because of little things that are internalized and mostly to the person who creates the narratives and literally stirs up the conflict. And you focus on what the other person needs to do, projecting what you have going on internally, your thoughts, your emotions on the other partner. The other partner may also be going through something similar, so they also project things back to you. And you don't really realize that the two of you in that space of internalized conflicts cannot reach a resolution because what's driving the conflicts, the fight, the argument is not necessarily what you need to solve the problem. Again, these are things that go on within that are now created to the without. And what you find out is the fight continues, the fight continues, the fight continues until you reach a threshold where it becomes unbearable, or you continue to see and mirror what you see on the external that's not necessarily what you need, and it becomes a mess, a big mess. But that doesn't take away what you are struggling with internally. It only enlarges it because now you've created this negative emotion out of what you've internalized that has created a conflict that now becomes a memory that you're holding on to. And when you hold on to such memories, what happens is that the next thing you're looking for, you're bringing those memories into the next relationship you're looking for, you're bringing those memories into. And that continues to create patterns, cycles that are repeated but does not get you out of the funk. In between all that, you start to gaslight yourself. You know, ain't nobody's business how you live your life. Yeah, it's nobody's business truly. But are you examining what people are bringing to your conscious awakening that the ego is fighting and keeping you in survival mode? And sometimes it's also lying to yourself. I've been there myself. So again, as a coach that has healed from these things and now support other people, I speak boldly about these things because I've gone through the healing process and developed the courage to always share the truth, which is what liberates us. The truth will always set you free. And so what you discover is the more you try to create narratives and lie to yourself, the more you're going to find yourself entangled in the wrong places because you haven't come back home to yourself to sit down, process your thoughts, journal them down, figure out what exactly is going on with you. It's not always about the other people. Other people will bring us awareness of what we need to work on in our lives. But if we're not ready to accept the truth that we need to do some work in our lives, then we find ourselves repeating patterns and cycles and being in a place where we don't belong. So today, my challenge to you is to sit down and take a look at the relationships that you've had right from childhood. What does that look like? You may say, I had the perfect parents. My relationship with my parents were great, but there may be some little things that you are ignoring that you need to look at, things that you've mirrored that are not necessarily supposed to be part of your own life, but because mirroring allows us to repeat patterns and cycles and create generational curses that we carry on, there's a need to sit down and really look at those things and say, do I really know who I am? Or is it the idea of who I believe I am that's carrying me? Because remember, beliefs limit us in life. They're labels that limit us in life, but don't make us reach our full potential and attain the spiritual awakening that we need, the conscious awakening that we need to become better, to evolve, and to continue to thrive in our journey. Because life is indeed a journey. It is not a destination. You're in this journey to continue to go on until you get to a place where you're evolving and you're learning something new about yourself every day. If you're not learning anything new about yourself and you keep doing the same thing, then you're stuck in life. So go through the experiences that you've had and evaluate each one of them to deduce the lessons that you need to learn, and then begin to ask yourself, what can you do to improve it? What did you learn from it? What can you do to improve so that you're not repeating cycles and patterns? And as you improve, allow other people that bring you conscious awareness to chime in, but you are the determinant of what you take and accept, because people will come with their opinions. Remember, opinion is based on where somebody else is operating from, not necessarily where you need to be. But in between there lies some truth that you can hold on to and begin to extract and learn from, so that you can look at the whole picture of your life, because no one will know you as much as you know yourself. People will bring your awareness into areas that you are yet to know, and that's when you need to kind of tap in and learn. So as you take this journey and do the work, allow yourself to hold on to what's true and release what's not. The lies, release. The fantasies, release. The narratives that you've created as an excuse, release. But hold on to the truth that liberates you. And as you continue to embrace those things that look like what we label weakness, remember they're the source of strength that you need to evolve in life's journey. And as you do so, remember, the love that you have for yourself is the love that you can give to other people. You can't give what you don't have. And as long as you don't have it, it's okay to get to gain the knowledge and the wisdom to apply those to your life, and then begin to step into what you have that you can now share with others in a space of love. Remember to never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When you stop living, it means it's time to go back to the maker. But while you're still breathing and living, make sure that you give yourself the love that you're looking to share with others and evolve in life's journey as long as you're still here. Take good care. God bless. Bye-bye.